Under the vast sky of Eden Valley, a tapestry of lush, fertile land unfolds, promising abundance and life. Adam and Eve, their faces etched with time, move with the rhythm of the earth, their hands nurturing the soil. Cain, a young boy on the cusp of understanding, watches his father with an intense, unreadable gaze. Innocence dances nearby as Abel, lost in the boundless joy of childhood, cavorts with a flock of playful lambs. The scene is a tableau of life's raw beauty and unspoken tensions, a portrait of a family bound by love and shadowed by destiny. Inside the humble hut, lamplight dances across a rough-hewn table set with a modest meal. Adam, weathered and wise, demonstrates the art of tilling the soil to Cain, his hands moving with a patient grace. Eve's eyes reflect a profound sadness as she offers a tender, comforting embrace to Abel. The flickering light casts long, eerie shadows, painting the walls with a sense of peace intertwined with unspoken hardship. In the heart of their small dwelling, the family shares a moment of quiet connection against a backdrop of life's challenges. Under the vast sky, Cain, a young man hardened by labor, toils relentlessly in the fields. His brow is furrowed with weariness, each movement a testament to the draining effort. Across the fields, Abel tends his flock, his movements fluid and seemingly effortless, drawing Cain's gaze. A shadow of envy darkens Cain's eyes as he observes Abel's comparatively lighter burden. Bathed in sunlight, Abel's voice rises in song, mingling with the soft bleating of his flock. He moves through the pasture with familiar grace, his hands gently assessing the sheep's wool. A profound connection binds Abel to the animals and the land, a silent harmony resonating in the golden fields. The sun kisses his face as a quiet smile graces his lips, contentment etched in every line. In this moment, Abel is one with the pastures, a shepherd at peace under the endless sky. Inside the humble hut, a crackling fire casts dancing shadows on the faces of Adam and Eve, etching their years of wisdom and weariness into stark relief. Cain leans against the rough-hewn wall, his arms crossed, a skeptical frown betraying his inner doubts. Abel kneels reverently, his gaze fixed upon his parents, his expression a mirror of pure devotion. Adam's voice fills the small space, resonating with the weight of experience. We must remember to give thanks for the bounty we have received. Eve nods in solemn agreement, her eyes reflecting the flickering firelight. Indeed, Adam, offering sacrifices pleases God and ensures our continued blessings. Under the open sky, Cain presents his offering at the altar, a mere scattering of earth's bounty. His movements are listless, his heart seemingly elsewhere as he makes his perfunctory gesture. In stark contrast, Abel approaches, leading the firstborn of his flock, a picture of heartfelt devotion. He offers the choicest portions, a sacrifice of genuine love and respect. Fragrant smoke rises from Abel's altar, spiraling towards the heavens, a visible sign of divine favor. Cain's offering remains untouched, still, a stark contrast to the vibrant acceptance of his brother's sacrifice. Hope drains from Cain's face, replaced by a chilling mask of anger and resentment. Shadows deepen around Cain, mirroring the darkness, taking root within him. Under the relentless sun, Cain and Abel face each other across the open fields, an invisible barrier of resentment stretching between them. The air shimmers with heat, the landscape amplifying the unspoken conflict. Cain's hands are clenched tight, his knuckles bone white against the sun-scorched earth. His voice cracks with jealousy and rage as he demands of Abel, "Why does God favor you?" Abel's reply is a calm, measured response, laced with righteousness. "I only offer what is best." The shadows lengthen, mirroring the growing darkness that threatens to consume them both. Within the dark expanse of Cain's mind, a vortex of envious thoughts begins to churn. Fleeting images of Abel's offering flicker like mirages, taunting Cain with their acceptance. Visions of his father's approving gaze sear through the darkness, fueling Cain's inner turmoil. The radiant glow of God's favor shines upon Abel, casting Cain into deeper shadows of resentment. A guttural, beastly growl rises from the depths of Cain's being, a manifestation of his consuming envy. The envious thoughts intensify, threatening to overwhelm Cain's sanity and unleash the darkness within. Beneath a boundless sky, golden fields stretch to the horizon. A blinding light erupts, searing the landscape with divine power. God materializes, an ethereal being of pure, radiant energy before Cain. His voice echoes across the fields, a celestial command cutting through the silence. "Why are you angry?" God asks, his gaze piercing Cain's troubled soul. "Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it," God warns, his words a challenge and a plea. Within the labyrinth of Cain's mind, a monstrous growl tears through the silence, an echo of raw, untamed power. Quick cuts flash across the screen. Abel's serene face, a stark contrast to brutal, jarring images of violence that follow. The serene is juxtaposed against the grotesque serenity fighting against a violent storm. A heavy, unavoidable decision looms, its weight pressing down on Cain's soul. Cain stands at a crossroads. Conquer the sin that threatens to engulf him, or be consumed entirely by its darkness. Under the vast sky, Cain gestures towards the open field, an invitation hanging in the air. Abel, unsuspecting and trusting, nods in agreement, unaware of the darkness lurking beneath the surface. They walk side by side into the tranquil expanse, the field stretching out before them like a silent witness. The landscape, though serene, emanates an unsettling stillness, a deceptive calm before the storm. The sun casts long shadows, distorting the familiar shapes of the land and hinting at hidden intentions. A subtle shift in Cain's expression betrays the sinister plot brewing within him. In a remote field under the stark daylight, Cain launches a brutal attack on Abel. The act is swift, violent, a storm breaking in the quiet landscape. Cain's face is a canvas of raw emotion, twisted by rage and a dawning, bitter regret. His eyes reflect a horrifying mix of fury and the first chilling taste of remorse. The silence that follows the act is heavy, pregnant with the weight of irreversible consequence. In a remote field under the vast sky, Abel lies still, his gaze lost in the heavens. Above him, Cain stands panting, each breath a ragged echo in the desolate expanse. Sweat glistens on Cain's face, reflecting the stark reality of the moment. A chilling silence descends, broken only by the mournful whistle of the wind. The wind sweeps across the field, carrying whispers of what has transpired. The remote field stretches into the distance, a silent witness to the unfolding tragedy. The chilling echo of a beastly growl fades into nothing, leaving behind a haunting emptiness within Cain's mind. An oppressive silence descends, heavy with unspoken horrors and lingering shadows. The crushing weight of his actions begins to sink in, a suffocating burden on Cain's soul. Invisible chains tighten around his heart, binding him to the consequences of his choices. A profound sense of isolation envelops him, as if he is the only being left in a desolate world of his own making. Under the boundless expanse of the sky, God stands tall and imposing amidst a swaying wheat field. The wind whispers secrets through the golden stalks as he surveys the landscape with divine scrutiny. His voice echoes across the field, a thunderous question aimed at the unseen. "Where is your brother Abel?" A figure emerges from the depths of the field, his eyes averted, his posture defensive. Cain's defiant denial cuts through the serene setting. "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" Across the desolate field, the weight of God's voice descends, an invisible force reshaping the very landscape. The pronouncement hangs heavy in the air, an inescapable judgment. Beneath Cain's feet, the ground seems to recoil, mirroring the turmoil within him. The land itself appears to reject him as God's words reverberate. You are cursed from the earth. A visible tremor runs through Cain as the finality of his fate settles. A restless wanderer, under the harsh daylight, Cain stumbles through the desolate wilderness, a solitary figure against the vast emptiness. The barren landscape stretches endlessly, mirroring the desolation in Cain's heart. His eyes, haunted by the weight of his transgression, search the horizon for solace that will never come. Each step is a heavy reminder, the silence amplifying the echoes of his crime. Alone and adrift, Cain is consumed by the guilt that clings to him like a shroud. Within the dark expanse of Cain's mind, fractured images flicker. Abel's gentle smile, God's stern visage, the horrifying act itself repeating without end. A cavernous space echoes with the weight of guilt, an unending torment that imprisons Cain. Despair manifests as a tangible presence, pressing down on him, suffocating any hope. Each horrifying echo of Cain's actions reverberates, an eternal reminder of his irreversible deed. In front of their humble hut, Adam and Eve are consumed by sorrow, their bodies bent with despair. Their faces bear the deep lines of loss, each etched with the pain of a parent's worst nightmare. The once idyllic landscape now seems to mock their grief, a paradise tainted by tragedy. The air is heavy with unspoken lament, the silence amplifying their profound solitude. Their world, once a sanctuary of innocence, is irrevocably shattered, the weight of their sorrow palpable. Cain walks alone through the wild, an unwelcome presence in the serene wilderness. A bear halts, its gaze fixed on Cain, then retreats, sensing the darkness that clings to him. A flock of birds erupts into flight as Cain approaches, fleeing from his cursed aura. Even the creatures of the wild shun him, marking him as an outcast, forever banished from nature's embrace. On a desolate mountaintop under the vast, indifferent stars, Cain's figure is silhouetted against the night. His anguished cry tears through the darkness, a desperate plea echoing off the jagged peaks. "Forgive me, please forgive me." Cain's raw voice cracks, the words lost in the immensity of the night. Silence descends, heavy and cold, as his plea hangs unanswered in the star-filled sky. Beneath the unyielding sun, Cain wanders the wilderness, his face a canvas of sorrow and regret. Each step is a heavy echo of his past, a stark reminder of the curse he bears. His eyes reflect the vast, unforgiving landscape, mirroring the desolation within his soul. He is a solitary figure against the horizon, a living monument to the ravages of envy and rage. In his weathered face, the wilderness itself seems to whisper tales of sorrow and consequence. Under the vast sky, Adam and Eve stand silhouetted against the horizon, their forms radiating a profound sense of loss. Their faces, marked by the weight of sorrow and resignation, tell a silent story of innocence lost. A shared, knowing glance passes between them, acknowledging the irrevocable change within their family. The seed of sin has been sown, its bitter fruit already taking root in their hearts and in the world. Against the fiery canvas of the setting sun, Cain stands a solitary figure, etched in silhouette. The wilderness stretches out before him, vast and unforgiving, mirroring the expanse of his solitude. The stark landscape whispers tales of ancient burdens, a legacy of sin carried across generations. His form is rigid, the weight of his actions a palpable presence in the fading light. The wind carries the echo of the first transgression, a haunting reminder of humanity's inner struggle. In his isolation, Cain embodies the eternal battle waged within the human heart.